Welcome, Scorpio, to my temple. This is the Temple of Tarot, Astrology, and Yoga, and all things metaphysical. I welcome you to your August 2025 Astro Tarot forecast. This will be relevant to you if your sun sign, your moon sign, or your rising sign is Scorpio. My rising sign is a cusp between Libra and Scorpio, leaning more into Scorpio. So I identify with the characteristics of the sign and find the rising sign to be a very accurate predictor of future conditions. So before we begin, I just wanted to mention that I've also posted Astro Tarot forecasts concerning the transit of Uranus into Gemini on July the 7th. This is a 7 to 8 year transit, and thus has a kind of long-term effect on us. So I did a little brief glimpse into the possibilities that this is foretelling. All right, so let's begin. I follow the transits of two planets, Venus and Mars, because it's encompasses the yin, the yang, the left, the right, the feminine, the masculine, the aggressive, and the yielding. So it gives us a kind of in-depth look into the month as each of these planets symbolically transit very briefly within a sign and a house. But Venus continues her sojourn into in Cancer during the entire month, almost to the very end. And so it's been already transiting in Cancer. This is your 9th house. Scorpio, this is a house that you are very comfortable in because it demands deep introspection and focus and seriousness and a search for something higher, something better. The house concerns itself with education in all its ramifications. So you could be seeking higher education either from the mainstream educational options, classes, university degrees, things like that. You may be signing up for something like that. Or you may be, in fact, veering away from conventional learning, seeking more diverse thoughts and knowledge bases. That's something that's really cut out for you, Scorpio. You are an investigator, a detective, archaeologist of the soul. That's it. You dig deep. All right, so consequently, you're in your element during the whole month, and this allows you to explore your worldview, your the parameters of what you thought were possible, and you expand those out in some way. You find a way. You extend your knowledge. You broaden your perspective. And this can be done intellectually. It can be done also psychically, spiritually. That is, finding ways to express to graduate to a deeper level of self-awareness. And as I said, this is up your alley. You're deep by nature. And so this will be a challenging month in that it asks you to surrender what you think you know and open yourself up to what is not yet known, to be discovered. This is a very difficult thing for people sometimes because the nature of the psyche is to use the data, the information that has already been gleaned and gathered and stored as a reference constantly in our reality. We see through our beliefs. We see through our gathered understanding of reality. So when we need to see life afresh, new, innocent, as it is, then that's a huge call, but not too bad, not so bad that you can't conquer it. Scorpio, if anyone could, you could. Now, all that said, on a practical level, you could be experiencing world travel of some sort, travel outside of your ordinary restrictions, or adopting friends, accepting friends who are culturally very different from you, or again, ideas that are very different from you, or people who have ideas different from you, from whom you can gain knowledge and their wisdom. We can learn from one another. Some of us are overdeveloped intellectually, and we are prone to be judgmental of those who aren't. But wisdom is in the simple, and simple people are fountains of wisdom. So it's about learning sort of intellectual humility as you acquire new knowledge. This is the challenge of this particular transit, as I'm feeling it myself. Just recently, if I might just share for a moment, I recently rediscovered Carlos Castaneda and his very encyclopedic Bible, almost, of the ancient Mexican shamans' yoga, in effect. So I've been perusing that and finding it fascinating, and I probably, once I feel somewhat of a mastership of it, because it is an entirely unique and foreign body of wisdom for me, so I need time to really practice it and to understand it. And once I do, I would love to share it with you as well. So these are the kinds of things in my life are exemplary of this energy. Then we have Mars. Mars is a very different sort of energy. It is about our drive, our ambition, our mingling with the world, our transferring our energy into the energy of the world, and vice versa. And often these are far more aggressive blows of energy, than Venus delivers. She's very smooth and graceful in her delivery, whereas Mars is rather explosive and irritable sometimes in his energy. So what we have here is Mars in Leo. Leo is your 10th house of career. Exactly what we were saying, where you express yourself and are rewarded for that expression through financial exchange, through, you could be anything. You could be an artist, you could be a panhandler, whatever your profession, you are still just moving your energy, your unique energy out and mingling it with the energy of the world, and seeing if you can actually sustain yourself on your unique skills and talents. So there's a lot of energy coming in to this area of your life, blended with the soul-searching energy of Venus in the 9th. We have a wonderful combination, I believe, because at the same time that you are expressing yourself externally, you develop new foundations of interest and growth, personal growth. So you're growing while you are attempting also to fulfill your ambition. So it's a beautiful combination because it gives you the foundation to do so, to become who you want to be as seen by the world, and to be rewarded for that, so that you can maintain your energy towards the delivery of your service, your product, your ideas, your wisdom, your knowledge. So this is a beautiful combination, I believe. And I think that with this very spiritual underbelly of the month, sort of cradling you, so that you don't become overwhelmed with the energy of Mars in your 10th house of career and social recognition, how you're viewed, your reputation professionally and otherwise, as seen by the other, the world. This is the area we're now moving into, and lighting up with energy, so you can focus on your work, on your career path, without becoming bored, exhausted, or duty-bound, as if it were a chore, because you've got this undercurrent of enormous diversification of ideas that are stirring your soul, so that you can remain positive and very hopeful, very energetic, not letting yourself, fall into any depressive states. That's what I mean. All right, so you're protected spiritually, and your energies will be very much focused on how your talents, your uniqueness can be united with the social world, the world out there of commerce, so that you can survive and thrive. That's what the month is about. So wait now for your tarot forecast, Scorpio. Love you very much. Thank you for coming to my temple. And please subscribe, because I am also, as a very common, normal Scorpio rising, I'm always transforming, becoming something else, And so stay alert, because you never know what morphing I'm going to be doing here, especially with this new shamanistic, ancient yoga I've just discovered. So that's my world. I hope your world is also full of joy. Thank you. And if you need my help, there's links below. I'm here for you. Thank you. So welcome, Scorpio. Woo, I'm so glad that we got that particular astrological help in our career and in our spiritual journey. We need it. All right, so these are my cards, and let me shuffle just a little bit and say that this is a 4-card spread. The first card represents the overall energetic focus of the month. The second is your challenge. The third is the unexpected, which is a lot of fun. And the fourth is the outcome. So, we're ready. So let's do this. All right, so now, like this, we're ready. Let me remove the mic wire, and we can begin. Again, the first card represents the overall focused energy of the month. Oh, wow, all right. See that? That's the 8 of Wands. And what we're looking at are 8 bolts of lightning traveling at high speed, coursing through the air. And as you see, there's not anything else in the air, or is there an indication that there's anything in front of them to block their passage. In fact, they're like arrows. I like to see them as bolts of lightning. The wands represent creativity, often associated with your career. So your career is going to bolt forward, unobstructed, unhindered. This can represent Mars in the 10th, definitely. This is unrelenting drive, moving, targeting your objective. This, if we see it through the eyes of Venus, is, I'll let you know that on a mundane level, you could simply be traveling to someplace foreign to you. Or you could be traveling mentally to a place that's foreign to your mind. New knowledge, new information, new ways of doing, of experiencing. This is exactly what the whole month is about astrologically. But here, we're told that it's full throttle forward. Put your foot down on the gas because you're the only one on the road and there's no clouds, no rain ahead. Okay. Yay. And look at our challenge. It's a spiritual challenge, as is forecasted by Venus in Cancer in our ninth. The star. There's such a glare here. See all the stars above our maiden, who is pouring a pitcher of water on the water itself that she's stepped into. And the water behind her is flowing in rivulets over the land. It's the unification of the spiritual with the material, bringing in inspiration, which ultimately results in the waters of creativity to flow over the material world and be absorbed there. She is naked. Why? Because your challenge is to be real, to be authentic, to be genuine, to be unashamed of who you are, to embrace yourself as you are. That's your challenge. Stars are angels. They are assigned by God to help us, to guide us, to let us know when to plant and when to harvest, so to feed us. If we get lost, we can see her patterns repeating so that we know exactly where we are. So it's about creating this self-trust and knowing that your inner guide is there as a divine guide of help, deep help. You have to surrender to that help that comes from within you. No small challenge. In the position of the unexpected, the world. Here we have another naked maiden. So don't get carried away with the implications. She also is almost naked, except for one last piece of clothing that so beautifully wraps around her like the DNA molecule. So we have a symbolic indication of rebirth or birth, as the wreath of victory is in the shape of the birth canal. And she is in a state of ecstasy, dancing, before she's reborn. But before she can pass through that birth canal, she's got to let go of the past belief, past grief, past pain, past emotional weight that still may be wrapped around her. And when that weight comes off, a new world is born. A new you is born, which then creates a new universe around you, as all of life participates in the evolution of the soul. So, trust it. Let it happen. Let the world in. And then you're prepared, naked in a sense, devoid of that emotional and intellectual baggage you might have been carrying with you that doesn't let you see the truth or the wonder of nature. So that's it. How does it all end? I'm very curious myself. It ends this way. Career. So we've got 2 career cards. We have the 8 of Wands, and now we have the 3 of Wands. This is very beautiful because the unexpected learning and transformation that's represented by the world, which is happening during the month, leads to you being able to execute your plans, to launch something. Here we have a merchant. He has just put his life's work onto a ship or ships, and they are now out to sea to be sold abroad. You see, there's that 9th house element in this, sharing what you do, who you are, the product of your uniqueness with the world. So the first wand beside him represents the initiation of the idea, where you first get the idea. The second wand represents the plan. And the third wand represents the execution of that plan. So that's the result, the execution of your plan. And the overall energy says that that plan will come to fruition or hit its target dead on and quick, which then leads to a revolution of consciousness, Venus in the 9th, leading to rebirth, a reorganization of your inner world, and a consequent reorganization of your outer world. That's what's unexpected. So thank you very much for coming to your forecast. If you need help, I'm here in my own sanctuary, my own place of solace and peace. So from here, I hope to help you. Thank you, and namaste.